After a deadly hit on a notorious mafia boss in Milan, everything changed for Maya, an ordinary young woman in the city who at first seemed to have no connection with the world of crime at all. Ethan, her fiancé, came back from Milan, but something felt off. His identity had been hijacked by a cold assassin, the Wraith. As danger closed in on them, with strange photos, bloodied clothes, and threats lurking in every shadow, Maya and Ethan fled to a remote cabin, hoping for safety. But as red flags arise, Maya is left in doubt. Is the man beside her who she thinks he is? Who is Ethan really? The wind outside howled through the trees like a warning. The cabin creaked with each gust. But inside, it was eerily quiet. Maya tried to heat up the canned food over the burner stove. She watched Ethan through the corner of her eye. He moved like a shadow, silent, efficient. He laid out supplies, double-checked the windows, and set a tripwire by the back door. You're always a Boy Scout. Prepared is alive. That wasn't something Ethan would say. He was so cold, so calculative. Her Ethan used to joke that if the apocalypse came, he'd be the first one dead. Too soft for the survival shows. This version of him had a hardness in his eyes, a calm under pressure, and something else. That night, after dinner, he lit the fireplace and got into bed. We're gonna get through this. You trust me, right? Yes, of course. As she lay in bed beside him, she stared at that tattoo, a black spade, 13. You've had this a while. Years. But you hate tattoos. You said they were permanent regrets. I guess I changed my mind. Maya, we should really get some rest. You never know what tomorrow brings. Right. Good night. Maya turned away, trying to hide the suspicion. In the pitch-dark room, her eyes flicked to the ceiling. No service, no internet, no help. That's not Ethan. But she was completely alone with him. The next morning, Maya sat with him by the fire, watching the flames flicker against his face. She sipped her coffee slowly, rethinking everything. Do you remember our anniversary dinner last year? Of course. Of course. The French place downtown. You wore that black little dress with the gold earrings. Maya was surprised. How could anyone but Ethan know? And what did you say to me when the waiter dropped the wine? I said, guess we got a free show with dinner. Wrong. You told him not to worry, that accidents happen. Then you looked at me and said, it's just wine, but you're once in a lifetime. So you remember that night like yesterday. I just love remembering those little things. Her heart sank. It's not Ethan. And now she was certain. As sunset approached, Ethan grew wary. He kept scanning the area from the windows. "I'm going out to scout the area. You should stay here. Get some rest." As he slipped into the shadows, the cabin was silent, save for the wind brushing against the windows. Maya waited until she heard the distant crunch of Ethan's footsteps fading into the woods before moving. She went straight for his duffel bag, the one he never let her touch. Her hands shook as she unzipped it. Inside, everything was neatly folded, almost too neat. She dug deeper and found a hidden zipper pocket. Inside it, an old passport, worn passport. But it wasn't Ethan. The name read Nicholas W. Rains. Beneath it were 3 IDs, all with different names, different cities, same face. Her throat tightened. At the very bottom, wrapped in a handkerchief, was a small photo. Nick, younger, in military fatigues, standing in a row of hardened soldiers. There was something distant in his eyes even then. And then she found it. A flash drive. Silver. Scratched. Innocent looking. But her gut said this was what they had been running from. She held it up to the light. "You shouldn't be holding that." The voice made her jump. Ethan stood in the doorway, face unreadable. He stepped inside slowly, eyes locked on the flash drive. "Give it to me, Maya." "No. Who are you? Where's Ethan? What did you do to him?" Ethan didn't move closer. "He's gone." Nicholas Rains wasn't a born killer. He was made into one. Slowly, deliberately, by the very people who later left him for dead. Recruited at 22 by a shadow brand known only as Division 9. Nick had been trained to operate without name, rank, or history. His missions spanned continents. Silent hits. Information extractions. Political destabilizations. All buried deep in deniable files. His handler, Marcus Bellin, had once called him a ghost sharpened into a weapon. But when Nick began questioning the morality of their targets, human rights lawyers, foreign journalists, whistleblowers, things shifted. You were never meant to think. You were meant to obey. Soon after, a kill order was issued. For him. Nick survived the ambush that was supposed to erase him. Barely. He went underground, nursing bullet wounds and betrayal. For 2 years, he vanished off the grid, living in shadows, changing faces, learning truths. And that's when he heard about the Milan Vault, owned by Giancarlo Di Rossi, a sadistic with deep political connections. The vault was rumored to contain the holy grail of leverage. A flash drive filled with years of encrypted blackmail. Judges, CIA, Interpol, even Division 9. Nick had one mission: get that drive. For justice, for survival, for revenge. With the help from Isabel Kern, a disavowed European hacker who once worked with Interpol, Nick planned the heist for months. Clean, precise. The night of the break-in, Nick entered the villa unseen. He reached the vault, cracked it, and then the vault opened. Di Rossi stood there, cigarette in hand, smirking. Do you have any idea whose house you've walked into, boy? Yes, the one getting a new owner. He fired once. Nick shot him, but the old man fell smiling, slamming a hidden alarm switch as he died. The place erupted in chaos. Sirens, guards, gunfire. Nick escaped through fire and blood. Later, while bleeding in the Milan hotel bathtub, he saw Ethan Keller. Businessman, stranger, unlucky resemblance. Didn't need to disappear. He needed to become someone else. He's gone. Maya's knees buckled slightly. What do you mean he's gone? I didn't mean for any of this. I didn't know he had someone like you. He was just in the wrong place. You killed him? He hesitated. I used him. I had to. I was running out of time. Tears welled in her eyes. You lied to me. You wore his face, slept in his bed. I tried to protect you. You're not him. I know. And for the first time, Nick looked truly ashamed. But what could Maya do? She wasn't safe here. She wasn't safe anywhere. Nick stared into the fading firelight. The weight of his past years of ruthless training had stripped him of everything: emotion, mercy, identity. He had become a ghost, a weapon without a soul. But living as Ethan, sharing moments with Maya, something fragile stirred inside him, a glimpse of the man he might have been. Yet that hope was poisoned by truth. He had killed her love, shattered her trust. No matter how much he longed for redemption, Maya's rejection was inevitable. In trying to save her, he had only deepened the divide between them. Nick sat alone on the cabin porch, the cold wind biting at his face as he scrolled through the burner phone. No signal bars, just one blinking notification. He tapped it open. You've gone soft. Tie up the loose end. Execute the girl. His fingers tightened around the phone. His jaw clenched. Inside, Maya was humming faintly, trying to distract herself with a book, still unaware of the storm building outside. She swallowed hard. Another message pinged. Or you die too. Nick stared at the words until they blurred. His thumb hovered over the reply button, then dropped. And for the first time, Nick didn't know which side of the gun he wanted to be on. Mr. Donnelly sat across from a grizzled man with sunken eyes and trembling hands. Samuel Greaves, a retired field agent buried deep in the files of old intelligence operations. They met in a rundown bar on the outskirts of the city, far from anyone who might be listening. He looks exactly like him. Ethan Keller, my daughter's fiancé. Same damn face, same voice. I looked that man in the eyes, shook his hand, welcomed him into my home. If I had known who he really was, I never would have let Maya go with him. Never. He shoved the photo across the table. Tell me everything you know about Wraith. A ghost. Real name, Nicholas Rains. Operated under Division 9 until he went rogue. They say he flipped. Started taking out his own handlers, one by one. Where would he go? If he's injured and trying to disappear, he'd go somewhere high, quiet, off-grid. Donnelly pulled out a map and circled the wooded cliffs where Maya's last signal had dropped. He stood, eyes steeled. Then that's where I'm going. As he left the bar, rain started to fall. This wasn't just about saving Maya now. It was about stopping a killer. Maya lay in bed, tears in her eyes, when she heard the door again. Then a click behind her. She turned slowly. Nick stood in the shadows, gun raised, face unreadable. Are you going to kill me? His finger hovered on the trigger. He didn't answer back. I've got you now.
Click on the subscribe button and check out more awesome videos on our channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon because you know it's interesting.